Hi, welcome to this Flexi lesson on guitar tuning. So the app we're using today is a phone app called Guitar Tuner. Tuner like fish, T-U-N-A. Here's a little picture. It's a guitar pick and it's got a like a dolphin fin inside of it to help you recognize it. So that's free to download on the iTunes store or the Play Store. Hopefully those are the only two options, but it's pretty easy to find. If you type in Guitar Tuner, you can get apps for all sorts of different devices for it. And this, I think, is probably the best one I've found. It does guitar, ukulele, and bass guitar. You can also get these sort of options that are absolutely the best if you're in noisy environments, because it goes on the vibrations of the guitar. This one will tune a violin as well. And we'll do a separate video on how to use these ones. But it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so let's start with taking that off. And so if you go back to the Flexi video lesson on the musical alphabet, and then we talk about, this app will even show you what the names of the strings are. So your top string is E. See, that's not quite in tune. I will show you how to adjust it. To memorize the strings, you probably don't have to when it's written on the app, but so it's E, A, D, G, B, E, or Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. Okay, so first thing, I've made sure this guitar's a little touch out of tune, not massively. It's a much bigger deal. You really need your musical alphabet to find out how to get up to those notes. But most your guitars will be pretty in tune. It's a whole nother lesson to learn how to tune it when it's really out, but that'll take practice. So first, the basic lesson. See how that's a little bit low? A little bit low. It says -3. So I go to the machine head and I turn it. I just turn it randomly and see what direction it goes. And it went up, went the right way, it went too far. There we go. So you hear that, it makes a massive noise. So you know when you're in. With the clip-on ones, it changes colour when it's in. So it'll all brighten up, it'll have a neon green glowing behind the screen. So that one's in tune. That's A. I think the rest of these are pretty well in tune. Yep. There you go. So the other thing to do is follow the string up till you find the tuning peg or machine head that goes with that string. You can do that with every one of them. They should be pretty much one after the other. So E, A, D, G, B, E. Someone's wired it up wrong or tuned it wrong. They should also all be tuned the same direction. So they go under or all over. Otherwise, it's a little more confusing. Some guitars have been done that way by accident most of the time, or when people have been changing strings in a rush. So that's how you tune with the Guitar Tuner app. It's pretty much the same thing with the clip-on vibrating guitar tuners. I have them for sale here in the studio, or I can send you some. They're $15 if you're picking them up, or $15 plus postage and packaging, and that's still pretty cheap. I've got a pretty good deal on them so that I can send them on to you. So don't be afraid to message me and say, can I buy one of those? And tell me where you live, and I'll work out what the postage is. Send them on up to you, or down to you, or over. Cool. So I'm going to put this E string slightly out of tune again. Oh, and see that, and it's hard to see on this camera, but practice this at home. This one I went down really far, so it says D sharp. It says it's in tune at D sharp. Just because it glows doesn't mean it's the right note. Look out for the sharp symbol. None of them should have sharps. It should be E, A, D, G, B, E. In this case, it says D sharp. So musical alphabet goes from A to G back to A. So if it says D, the next note is D sharp and then E. We're looking for E and it says D sharp. So it's pretty close, but we need to go up that semitone. See that? I wound that randomly to see what it's doing, like I said, and it went the wrong way. It went down. So I'm going up. Bang on E. Oh, see, that confirmed too. Cool. It's the same thing all the way through. On these apps, on the guitar tuner peg, you can go on C for chromatic. That means it's using the musical alphabet. It will tell you how far off you are. Otherwise, when you're off like that, it'll be just waiting. If it's on G for guitar, it's going to tell you nothing until it knows what note it is. So if it's at D sharp like it was before, you'll see it's down here and it won't tell you too much. See? See, it's down, means it's too low. So I've got to go up. See, it started moving. There you go. Cool. So I hope that really helped. This is a vital lesson. Do remember to go back to the musical alphabet episode. That Flexi video will teach. That's the foundation of music, because that's every note in the world. Let me quickly show it to you so you know how to use it in the future. So we've got musical alphabet starts with A, goes to B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. In between A and B, there's a note. It's called A sharp. Sharp looks like a hashtag. Okay, nothing between B and C and E and F. So that's where on the piano, there's no black notes. Between C and D is C sharp. I hope you can answer these by now. Between D and E is D sharp. Between F and G is F sharp. Between G and A, G sharp. Okay. The musical alphabet Flexi video goes into this in slightly more in depth, but I will, in case you don't go back, I'm going to show you a little bit more. So A sharp, the note in between A and B, has two names, A sharp and B flat. Okay, so C sharp is also D flat, D sharp is also E flat, F sharp is G flat, and G sharp is also called A flat. Okay, again, I hope this really helps. Once you've done this a couple of times, this is one of the most important things to learn no matter what you're doing, whether you're learning online or whether you're learning in person. Your guitar won't sound as good unless it's properly tuned. So when your guitar's properly tuned, you can always hear how good you are now. So you won't hear your improvements as well if you're not tuned well. The other thing is that on an online lesson, I can't lean over and tune it for you. We haven't quite got to that technology. So you have to learn how to do this on an online lesson. You can watch this video over and over again, then head up onto a Zoom with me if you're still struggling. And we'll use either device, either the clip-on or a device like a phone. A tablet's really good because it's really big. You can really see how far off you are. And we can do that online, and I can say to you, go up, turn the machine head left or right. But it's helpful to look at this sort of thing first and really, really keep trying and practicing the art of tuning. Cool. Hope this was really helpul. Please give me some messages in the comments if you're watching this online. Feel free to email me, tbsom@live.com, wherever you're watching this from. Message me if you want a one-on-one lesson. We also teach guitar, piano, bass, ukulele, harmonica, songwriting, artist mentoring. So as an artist, you can come on and show me what your show looks like even. We can get down to performances and that sort of thing. Songwriting, as I said, music theory is vital. As an artist, like there's so much you can learn. You should always be trying to learn new things. And just buzz me a line if you'd really like to learn any of those things, including singing. I don't think I mentioned singing. So cool, give me a holler if you're looking online somewhere and there's comments down below. Be nice to each other and be nice to me. Cool. See you in the comments or on email. Cheers.